Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that one to the side.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series here live from Michigan International Speedway. I'm Dean Doucette. Shortly, I'll be joined by Mr. Baron Labosco. Let's get into our race info here. You look in on Michigan, love Michigan. You know, it's a very interesting track. In these cars, I have some familiarity with it. You got to drive deep into these corners, at least into corner one. A lot deeper than people think. And you can get through with speed. Should be the low line. Prevalent for the tire savers, but you can run the middle, you can run the high side. So we're going to have, you know, especially early on in runs, we're going to have 2, 3, maybe 4 wide, especially through 3 and 4. Going to get very, very interesting. Can they avoid the carnage and all of that? We will see. As far as points, it is going to be Jason Jackson. I mean, an overwhelming lead. He is here. I was going to say, I don't even know if he showed up, but you know, Jason, he's a trooper. He is definitely here. Let's look at a couple other drivers out here. Brad Collins out on the track, looking good. There's Austin Kraus out here. So a couple of our newer faces. You got Michael Kennedy. He's out here as we try not to butcher his last name any further. Kennedy will be looking to do some things tonight. So good to see some of these newer faces out here. You got your older faces, like there's Tom Lester, Eric Whiting out here, top of the board in practice. The Potato Head Man, Scott Olson, going to be out here in the He-Hut machine tonight. Daryl Spear on the track as well. And, of course, the Big Possum, Jason Brantley, out here rocking that East Coast Web Printers machine. Love it. Great to see. Going to be a good one here. Michigan always produces some entertaining races. We'll see if and when the pack breaks apart. Let's take a quick look here at our championship standings. Unofficial. This is all about Jason Jackson being on top. I mean, just a dominant season. I think he's had 11 top 5s this season, so great job by him. Rachel Hunt, I don't believe is officially in second. I think she's officially moved to 4th, but you can see 2nd through 4th. A very good battle there, and that's going to be something to watch. You know, Claus Williams, Michael Ottoviani, Rachel Hunt battling for that 2nd spot. You know, it's bragging rights, right? So we'll see how that all plays out tonight. But the one thing this does, when you kind of have a season wrapped up here, is it brings out racing, right? What's to race for? The win, of course. So, you know, you got newcomers, they're only thinking about winning. Well, they might be thinking about just clean racing, to be honest with you, when they're new to a league. So we'll see about that. But everybody going to be shooting for the win tonight. So I love it. Going to have some great hardcore racing here tonight. Just about ready to get into tonight's starting grid as everybody's lining up. And don't look now, but on the point, Tuesday's winner in the Gen 4 series, Troy Torgerson, starts out front. How about that? We talk about it all the time, the momentum of winning. It's a real thing. Here he is, back on the point. Derek Whitford, known for his speed, especially at some of these higher speed, like a 2-mile track like Michigan. So Whitford starts on the outside of row 1. Scott Olson, great effort by him. He'll be starting in 3rd place. Michael Fleming, great starting spot as well. He starts 4th. It's Brantley along with Williams in row number 3. Row 4, you got Rachel Hunt and Rick Thompson. Row 5 is Tom Lester and Jason Jackson, your points leader. And Jason, not a lot of poles or anything from Jason. Jason does his work throughout the race, so watch for him to move forward. The Bulldog will put that, what do we call it again? The chicken pit machine there. He'll be in 11th or 12th, along with Sheffield on his inside. It's a Spear along with Todd Gilly in row 7, Brees and Ian Spear in row 8, row 9, Brad Collins and Michael Kennedy, row 10, Ripka and Kane, and you can find your favorite driver a little further back there. It's Kraus at the rear of the field tonight. So the boys getting all lined up and getting ready to go racing here. Can't wait for this one. Like I said, Michigan, great stuff, especially early in these runs. Got to avoid the carnage. So we'll see. Does someone get over aggressive here? Don't know how these cars are reacting quite yet. Will they break loose? We'll have to wait and see. Car coming around 4, darting off the track. Torgerson and Whitford, Olson and Fleming will lead them down into the restart zone. We are going racing here at Michigan. Great start by both lanes here. Nice tight pack. Haven't seen a lot of that this year. Great start. Side by side, Whitford and Torgerson. Torgerson should have the advantage on the inside. The outside getting wound up and holding on. Whitford powering around that corner. He'll take the lead here. How about Derek Whitford? Battling back. Torgerson just sends it in there and it stands. And we got ourselves a big pile up early on. Looked like the 23, was that? Austin Kraus came right through there, so good job by him. Let's go back and see what happened. So checkup on the high side leads to massive checkups all around. Newton down the track into Spear. Jason collected again like the old days. Unbelievable stuff. Let's rewind and try and figure out what exactly happened there. I know it was an accordion effect. You can see it on the high side. We'll go to the blimp cam here and just watch up at the front of the top side, and you're going to see some checkups going on. There's a big break there at the front. Everybody checking up, and then Newton just a little nudge perhaps from behind, and around he goes. Like I said, Spear collected along with others. Tragedy here early in Michigan. So, early on, big decisions. I mean, we are only a few laps in here. Lap 2 of 90, my goodness. I mean, I don't know who comes in here. Maybe someone at the back. You got to think these guys who are already on pit road, I mean, they're damaged. You got Spear and the Toad Man down here. And here we go. We got takers and lots of them, including Whitford from near the front of the field. So this is wildly interesting. Looks like Baris has got something on his grill back there, quite a bit back. I just noticed that. That's a paint issue there, Baris, if you ever... Oh, and so that's Newton, who just crab walked into his pit stall. That was pretty unique visually there. So Torgerson stays out. We bring up our pit board here. You got Torgerson, Brantley, Fleming, Williams, Kennedy, Spear, Kraus, and Spear. That's Ian first and Darrell second. They've all stayed out. And then you've got Fred Thompson, newcomer. He'll be the first off of pit road. So Fred's got an opportunity here, perhaps. He'll currently restart in ninth, up 15 spots. Darrell Spear, he is up 17. Austin Kraus up 19. Ian Spear, that is, let me see the number here. Yeah, that is Ian, I do believe. He is up 10 spots. And Michael Kennedy, he is up 13 into 5th. So we got some big movers because of that wreck, and maybe some track passes as well. But man, oh man, we're not expecting that. That was a hard braking at the front of the field there. I think it was Fleming who kind of broke a little bit early there, and just everybody else kind of checked up accordion style. And, you know, Fleming didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you brake where you want to brake, and everybody else reacted pretty good, actually, but still. The Bulldog was sent down the track into Spear, and it was over for them. Pace car walking them around. Torgerson and Brantley. Brantley now second. Claus Williams third. Fleming fourth. You got Spear and Kennedy, Kraus and Darrell Spear. So Ian leading Darrell here. There's a look at Ian. There's a look at Darrell. Got the Texas Pete machine there. Out in the chat, Doyle Lawrence, Doyle rooting on Troy Torgerson, so he'll be happy to see the run continue so far. Anybody else want some airtime? You just shout out your favorite driver. We'll look in on them. Pace car going off the track. We are ready to go back to green flag racing here at Michigan.
Green, green, green.
Good start by Torgerson. Brantley trying to hold on to second. He will filter down. Everybody getting those cars wound up a little more tentative this time by. Kennedy making moves. So the 17 of Kennedy looking racy here. He's underneath the Williams. I love the line he's taken. I love the low line here. Pays dividends as you go. Maybe not early on. As you see everybody rocking the high side, he could get freight trained by a couple of cars here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. He could be saving some tire down there. Good job by all of them. Second group. There's Whitford coming underneath of Darrell Spear. So Whitford trying to come back up into the action. So the old tires pulling away from the new tires. Very interesting. George Leal back here in 17th. He just set the fastest lap of the race. Almost 3 wide here. Edward Kane. Oh, and you can see Rick Thompson on the back of Derek Whitford, pushing that rear end. Sparks flying. Darrell Spear up into the wall. They go 3 wide, thinking of 4 wide here. Holy cow. What racing back here. Absolutely nuts. You see the Toad Man still in this thing. He is a lap down, however. So hard racing. Scott Olson in the 61 underneath the Kane. Kane, I guess, with the preferred lane for now. They fan out 3 and 4 wide. You see those different lines coming into effect. Good hard racing early on. It's Torgerson leading, Brantley chasing along with Fleming, Williams, and Kennedy. Everybody in their lane doing their thing here. Kennedy and Ian Spear at the back of this group. Whitford leading Rick Thompson and Brandon Sheffield in a new green machine, or perhaps something wrong with the paint. Not sure. But watch out for Sheffield. Talk a lot about it. He'll learn as he goes here. He usually gets better and better. Kane fighting with our presumptive champion, the 86 of Jason Jackson. There is Scott Olson looking racy tonight. He's in 12th. Daryl Spear under heat from Brad Collins. Collins bringing that machine forward.
All right, Dean, you ready to get the party started?
There he is, the man himself, Mr. Jason Spear, abruptly ejected from the Michigan race. But, you know, now you got the pleasure of talking to me.
I know that. So, hey, it's all good.
You know, that's about the same reaction I get from the women in my life, Jason.
Join the club.
Good to have you here. I'm sure you wish you were on the track. Unfortunate, a little accordion effect on the high side. Of course, you got bit. Nothing of your doing there, Jason.
Yeah, just wrong place at the right time.
I mean, do you feel like you need to call the Humane Society? You got bit by a bulldog.
That or some snake venom or something.
Something, brother. What do you think about Torgerson out here getting the pole tonight? So, I mean, he's coming off a win on Tuesday night, and we know about momentum, Jason.
Well, the momentum helps tremendously, and after Troy won, he's pretty pumped up, and he looks pretty racy tonight, too.
Yeah, he does. Looking good, along with Brantley and Fleming there, second and third. Of course, we await the arrival of Baron Labosco. He will be here. I'm sure that'll be entertaining to have you two in here at the same time.
Want it, though. Hurry up, Baron.
So, Jason, when you think about this race here, generally speaking, you know, there's separation here. It takes 10 or 15 laps to get it. How do you get through these early parts of these runs and stay alive? I mean, I'm maybe asking the wrong person right at this moment, but...
Yeah, maybe. But no, in my opinion, it can get pretty close door to door. You got to really know where the people are around you. And you got to watch for, especially down in 2, people get that run and want to slide up. It says they're clear, but when they actually start merging up, they're not clear.
Yes. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay there. And, you know, we're watching right now. Like, I mean, they're 3 and 4 wide throughout both corners. And, you know, spatial awareness is what you're talking about. That is at a premium. How do you do it, Jason? I mean, there's different ways here. Guys running triples, guys running singles, large screens, small screens. I mean, there's an array of talents that come into use, isn't there?
Absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing here at this track in general is you've got people that do run on single monitors and they can't tell who's around each other. That hurts you in a way, in my opinion, but you know, I don't really know what to tell them.
Well, I'll tell you this, from someone I run a single monitor, and I don't have a problem with it. I can see where it causes problems. I'll be honest, Jason, I'm scared to run triples because I don't want to see how close you are to me. but
Yeah.
but I do it by here, right? But I've trained. I mean, you've ran around me. You know, I get pretty serious about it. I have so trained on how high that engine sounds around me. I can tell whether you're an inch or a foot away from me just by the sound.
Yeah, you get your sounds right. You know, people have overlays and arrows and different things that will let people know where they're at. I tend to lean on them a little more than I do the iRacing stuff. But yeah, you're used to running on a single monitor. You got your stuff set up to where you'll be prepared for those situations, but some may not. It looks like right now they're getting stretched out up front, but mid-pack is a mess right now.
It's awesome to watch, Jason. I mean, Olsen underneath a Whitford, Thompson in a battle there with Spear, Collins, Jackson in the middle right now between Lester and Collins, and they're all over the place. This is what we're talking about, Jason. There is no room for error here.
You can't have any errors here. You got to know exactly what you're doing. You can't lose focus. You got to drive your car and know where everybody else is going with their car as well.
And then secondarily, you got to be thinking, I can't burn my stuff up because we are going to get strung out here shortly, and I'll be out of gas if I race too hard, 3 wide or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fine line of burning your fuel up and knowing how fast you can run. And, you know, I see some of these guys just ramming it in there on the low line. That stuff won't last long down there.
Yeah, it depends on how you drive it. I like the low line here, but it's an art form.
Well, I do too.
And you've got to be willing, Jason, I think you can attest to this, to give up a few spots early to be good late.
Yeah, just being able to draft with somebody. Yeah, the low line, there's nothing wrong with the low line. It just depends on how you take it, how you go from entry to exit, in my opinion.
Well, we just watched it right there from Kennedy. You know, I don't want to call him out a newcomer, but he drove in so hard, he got stuck in the middle, and then on exit, he probably lost 3 or 4 spots there, Jason. That's kind of what we're talking about, isn't it?
That's exactly what we're talking about.
And he is still in the middle. Kane on the high side. Collins shoots down low now. So, and there is Kennedy going down the middle. He's looking right there, but no room yet, not enough speed. Now he's 3 wide again with Lester on the bottom, Kane up high, Hill sliding into line. And I think eventually that's kind of what you got to do. You got to take a place in line here.
Yeah, you do, because the low line will start thinning out eventually, maybe. But wow, this 3 wide here off of 2.
Oh,
Dangerous.
Contact! Wow, I can't believe they didn't wreck. Collins backed out of it. Give him credit there. I don't know if he was in the right or wrong, but he backed out of that machine, and he saved a couple of lives here tonight at the track.
He did. Yeah, he if he hadn't have backed out, it would have been a mess. So
No doubt about
good
it.
for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, especially from newcomers. We don't want to ruffle any feathers here, Jason.
No, we don't.
You know, back to that other conversation we were having about single screen triples and that, of course, there are differences. But one thing I would say is stick with what you got. You know, whatever you got, stick with it, learn it, and master it. And that's what's going to provide you the best experience. If you continually switching from single to triples and switching your pedals and your wheels, I mean, it's a long thing to learn, isn't it, Jason?
It really is. You know how it is when you change something, it takes a little bit to get used to it. That's what makes you so good at the single monitor. You've been racing with it for a while. You know what you can do. You know your surroundings. And that makes a big difference, especially when you're 3 wide and 2 right now.
Well, like you said, I've been doing it for like almost 10 years now on a single monitor. You know, tune the volumes, tune the engines. I know my sounds, and that's what it takes. Anyway, let's talk about racing here at this track. Torgerson, wire to wire so far. Brantley and Fleming have not been shaken from him, Jason. What do you think here? You think we're going to have comers and goers, or is this going to be status quo through the whole run here?
Well, I'm trying to figure out who's saving, who's running. Some of these guys look like they might be having a hard time getting to the front. Brandon Sheffield, he's doing what Brandon normally does. He's running hard but saving his stuff really well. So it's hard to tell what people are doing right now.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, when you're 3 and 4 wide, it's hard to spot a saver anywhere in that mix. But you got to think someone like Jason Jackson, your presumptive champion here, Jason, he's known for his saving. He's not overdriving, and he's fallen a little bit. He's back in 14th right now.
Then you got it back in the back. You've got, you know what Tom's been doing here lately. You got George Lill back here. They're just trying to stay out of this mess, let things get separated, and maybe even get to the first pit stop and then start working forward. So I kind of like their their plan or whatever they've got going on.
Tom's back here, someone you talked about, Tom Ashley, just the other night. You know, he looks to be content. He's back in 19th, just biding his time here.
It may be the safest place right now.
It may be. I think we're on the verge here, Jason, now where everything's getting shaken out. You're not going to see a whole lot of 3 and 4 wide from here on in, I don't believe. As these cars start to get strung out a little bit, you see Sheffield on that outside lane. He's got Ian Spear with them. That lane moving. Lester getting past here on the inside. And that's Ripka down there with them, along with Jackson and Hunt.
Yeah, that high side carries a lot of energy, especially right where Sheffield and some of the guys are right now. Ian Spear, he's carrying a lot of speed on that outside and probably not burning it up as much either.
So if you're Mike Galt Kennedy and you see him surge down to the bottom here, but watch the high line start to surge forward as we get on the straightaway. Here we go. 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, 4. You know, it's a long night. What does he got to do here, Jason? Kennedy, that is.
Yeah, you know, he's able to hold his own in 3 and 4, but turn 2, he's just not able to get the power down to get a good exit off of that corner.
I mean, you just waiting for your spotter to say clear so you can get up to that high side as Lester shoves him down into the corner. And look at that surge, but it's probably too much of a surge. You got to check up in the middle a little bit, and then Here we go.
Yep, here we go. This is going to happen again. But you get so much encouragement because you're actually getting a good run into the corner of turn 1, and then you just lose it down the back straightaway because you had to favor the tire wear a little bit.
You see there, he got stuck on exit, has to check up. Now he's 3 wide, and people on the bottom, people on the top. Kennedy stuck in the middle like the old Oreo cookie.
Now in practice last night, I noticed what he's doing. I noticed that didn't work long. You can do it for a few laps, but you start getting your tires warm, it just don't end well, especially if you get on a long run.
Yeah, he's got to get in line and start backing out those entrances a little bit. Torrey Torgerson still leading. Status quo up front. Our top 4 unchanged. Whitford in 5th right now. He's hemorrhaged a few spots early, but he's stable. Rick Thompson looking racy. He's in line. Lester and Sheffield are next up, along with Ian Spear. How about the youngster there, Jason? Your nephew, Ian Spear. He's got a lot of talent, doesn't he?
He does, and he practiced. He was pretty fast last night in practice, and I think he really understands that right where he's at, as long as he don't get slammed up into the wall, I think as long as he stays where he's at, he's running right there with Brandon. He's copying what Brandon's doing. He's doing what he needs to do to save his car, not wear it out too much.
Yeah, what's been impressive for me to watch with him is, I know he's got the talent, I know he's got the speed, but it seems to me like he has the racecraft that a lot of young men don't have.
That's true. He's took it up pretty well. I'm pretty proud of the way he's handled himself. He's concentrating. He's got a lot of focus that maybe I don't even have enough of.
Lord knows I don't, Jason. I'm too old. If you flash a light, I might get distracted.
Right,
Not to mention if
exactly.
you flash something else.
Absolutely. But you know, talking about Jorgensen, he's got that clean air. He definitely wants to keep that clean air. It made a big difference in practice last night.
Well, that's something that a lot of people, have known, and a lot of people are learning. It's still king, isn't it, Jason?
It is king, especially here. He can choose the line he wants. He's got clean air. It's just the place you want to be, and not to mention Jason Brantley. He's right there where he needs to be. You got Kloss there, Fleming. They're able to keep that clean air when the mid pack seems to be just they can't get anywhere.
No, they can't. They're all fighting each other and burning each other's stuff. You see, Kennedy's still up here. He's surging forward, falling back. He's still in the mix. And one thing I'll say, though, is I think this low line's going to come in, and we got contact. Sheffield into Lester. He has to check up. Ian Spear, big checkup on the high side. They're all fading. Rachel Hunt down the track with Kane and Olsen. Everybody survives. That's some good racing right there.
Yeah, that's close to disaster too.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple of times. Different braking points. You got to be aware. People aren't driving the way you're driving. You can't just run into them. Sheffield, one of the best. He got into someone there, I do believe. Forgive me if I got that call incorrect. Very interesting early on. Down the track, that's Ian Spear way down on the bottom. He's seen enough, Jason. He's like, let me get a little distance from these crazy people.
I think he's got more damage than what we know.
He's coming in,
goes
Jason.
to pit road. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he's coming in. What do we got, Jason, for fuel mileage tonight? Can these guys make it to lap 45?
It's some of these guys that's running pretty hard. I don't think they can, Dean.
So you think someone can?
I think someone can. You take like George Leal back there. It's a possibility. He's just been back there holding his own. But as you see, he's starting to kind of slowly come up through the pack here.
Yeah, he's slowly picked up 13 spots. So Leal, not to be trifled with here, he will be a factor in this race tonight.
Yeah, he'll be up there. You just give him time. Leal's doing probably what I should have done, quite frankly. But looks
probably
like
what you were doing,
out.
Jason. I mean, there's nothing you could do when a guy comes from the bottom of the track and up in India. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. And let's be honest about it. We're off the bad luck train, Jason. This is part of racing. You will get wrecked from here and there, and I don't wish a return to the old days for you for nothing. So
No.
I don't think that this is indicative of that. Wrecks happen, things happen. Let's say.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it actually spooked me when I got hit because I thought I was clear, but anyway, things that happen.
That's another thing. I mean, that people don't understand at home. These wheels got a lot of force in them. It can be really jarring, especially when you're not ready for it.
No, it can be. I hit the wall. It jolted my arms pretty good, and if you ain't careful, you get your thumbs in there. That don't feel good either.
Well, look who we got in the booth here. A silent man has creeped into the booth. We might need a minute. I don't know. Maybe he's stirring up a drink, Jason.
Oh, we got somebody in the yard.
Oh
Jason
boy,
Jackson.
that's Olsen down there.
I was just waiting for something.
I'm sorry we didn't get that, Baron.
I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm in the car. Sorry. Welcome to American Airlines.
Okay. Baron Labosco on the road, hopefully not drinking already.
Not drinking yet. I had a couple in the terminal, but I'm on my way, and I wanted to...
All right, my friend. Well, Jason's in the booth here with us. What do you got to say for Jason in here subbing in while you're driving?
I love it.
So we're glad to have you. Just you know, get your drink going on, and we got a crazy race going
Oh,
on
they're
right now.
wrecking
We
Ripka. Ripka was turned there. I don't know how he saved that, but Lester had gotten into him. And somehow, some way, Lance Ripka straightened that machine out.
I don't know how.
That's a professional sim racer right there.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, he you could read the numbers on these doors. He was so sideways.
Trying to see if we can find a spot to get a replay on that. Let's go back and have a little look here. We head down into the corner. All looks well. A little heartbreaking. Lester comes down the track. I mean, he just drives right around Ripka. I'm not seeing anything there. But he can't find a home on the high side. This might be an awful long replay, folks. Hold on. Now we go down in 2. He gets in line and just a little bad braking and not much there, but a little swipe of the rear end. Like you might do to your wife while she's cooking.
A little swipe, a little spanking.
Well, spanking, that's a little aggressive, Jason. We don't condone that activity.
Yeah, stir that gravy.
We save that for the neighbors.
Yeah, we will. She can stir the gravy.
Is the sauce ready?
Torgerson leading this thing. Jason Brantley running that East Coast web printers machine, still in second. How about Shane Fleming? Still sitting third. Williams in fourth. They've been out here for about 30 plus laps leading this thing. And how about Michael Kennedy? Kennedy has been up and down the lineup. We've seen him stuck in the middle, stuck on the bottom. He's worked his way back to fifth. Pretty impressive, Jason.
Well, it is impressive. I thought there for a minute he might be burning his stuff up a little bit, but he's still got a little in the tank. The draft's helping him out pretty good too. I would probably just try to, you know, run right there with Klaus and wait to pit stops and then get after it again.
Well, that's the other thing. When they're kind of packed up like this, I mean, the gap from first to, say, 15th, you know, we're talking about 1.6 seconds. That's not a lot. You don't really have to concern yourself too much, do you, before pit stops?
Nah. Now, the draft will take care of you if you can just stay clean and get in there and get you a nice pit stop, make it count, get new tires, and go.
Speaking of going, Kane on the move, but now he's on the bottom. Can he get anything done down there? We haven't seen anybody able to run the bottom yet.
Well, the thing about it is he's down there by himself. That upper line's got the energy off the corner, and see, he may be able to get a little something done with the side draft, but I got a feeling he's going to lose more on the backstretch possibly.
Yeah, he's definitely losing as they line up, and the pushing is pretty evident here. And then they fan out in the corner. This is where Kane makes a little headway. Come out of the corner. He's got to find a home in line. Can he slide up? No, sir. Now, if I was him, I'd get in behind Sheffield while the getting's good here. And he says, screw that. We're going to the bottom.
Yeah. Not this time.
Not many people listen to me, Jason, you know, and that's because they're race car drivers, you know. Race car drivers got a mind of their own.
Well, when I'm racing, I'm like, I can hear you in the background. I can hear you plain as day. Can't hear you, but I can hear you. So, yeah, I understand.
It's the ghost of Dean.
Yeah, he sits on top of my shoulder while I'm racing and saying, look, you need to pit. Pit now.
Absolutely. Barron, a big proponent of the short pit. We're at that time here, Barron, where this would be a short pit right now with the cautions we had. What do you think?
And so, you know, if you're losing a lot of time, yeah, go ahead and pit. Hanging in the back right now. You got to pit with the leaders, Dean. This is a different kind of race, right?
It is. You're not wrong there. You got to consider that it is a little different here. I thought this pack would have broken up by now, but it's not. So that's interesting. And maybe you do need some friends tonight, Jason. Is that something, you know, teams are thinking about here?
Oh, absolutely. The draft is pretty strong here. You're getting set up for your pit stops.
Here comes Kennedy.
I see him peeling off there. This is good, but I was hoping a few more people would have came with him. He may be able to blend back in.
Look at Sheffield. Sheffield up 7 spots now. He's gone to the bottom. He's trying for more. He's got Kane down there with them. Can they get something done? Doesn't look like it. He's going to slide back in line.
Kane says, I'm going to do my own thing here for a minute. Well, you know, Kane, Brandon, and Whitford there, they're all teammates, so I probably would team up, get all 3 cars in line, and then try to attack that low line.
Yeah, and I think that's somewhat what they're doing, but the low line not as push dependent as that high line. And you see Sheffield couldn't find a home there. He kind of made a pass on Claus Williams, but couldn't complete it. And he'll try again here. He's got to slide up there, but that momentum on the high side, so heavy. Here they come again.
Boy, coming in.
Yeah, we had the leader, Torgerson. So how about that? Torgerson cuts them all off, says, I'll be first in. And he's got a little bit of damage on the front end there. I don't know how you get that from the lead, but he does it.
You know, something we might have forgot, Dean, is, you know, I'm trying to figure out how these guys are to 46, but they pitted when I crashed out. They must have pitted and got tires. Do you remember when that was?
Lap 2, Jason. So,
yeah.
You know, not a big deal there for gaining anything, but I mean, several guys did come in and get some rubber there.
So we should be looking at pit stops in the next 2 laps.
Yeah, and we talk about a lot up here. You know, RGR, everybody likes to go long. Jason Jackson is in. Eric Whiting coming off of pit road. Remember, Kennedy, he was first in, so the 17... I mean, it looks like he's trying to latch onto this group, so I think Kennedy has a big advantage here, perhaps. Torgerson, he's also in the pack, so that's huge for them. They're not out here running alone.
This will help Torgerson out a lot if he can keep it clean. He's going to have to keep his wits about it here and get a little jammed up because he's got fresh tires.
There it is, Brantley and Fleming. They both come in. So good stops by them here. Or good entries, I should say. And you see Torgerson now on the bottom, and this is where I like to be. If you're going to come through a mess, you want to do it on that white line, Jason.
Yeah, he's got the tires to do it. He had the momentum. He was able to take that spot well.
So he continues to try to march on through here. He'll go from low to high. That was a weird looking move. But as people are pitting, it was also a smart one. A whole group coming in. Olsen trying to hang on to it. He does.
Feeding time.
Feeding time at the corral. And how's the trip going there, Mr. Lawasco?
We're making it out here, Dean. I'm in the great city of Chicago, Illinois, and trying to get to a hotel room that has my name on it.
Yes, sir. Lance Ripka, your new race leader, him and Lester working together. There's George Leal winding up the high side. Here comes Brantley. He'll go higher than high around Leal. That's always dangerous, but they make it work. Ripka and them, they come in, along with Tom Ashley. So Leal becomes the leader and effectively one of the only cars who hasn't pitted. A busy spot on pit road exit right now. Let's go on board with George Leal, as I'm sure he's coming in. What do you want to see here, Jason, as he comes down to entry?
You got to have a fantastic pit stop here. if he can make this work well,
And there's
this
a car
I
down
like
there.
this.
Flag is out.
And that caused it yellow. So that car down there, he seen it. You heard the gas. He gassed up. It might have thrown off his entrance. And a caution comes out. Huge advantage to George Leal. Several cars, including Claus Williams and Edward Kane, will be a lap down unless the pitting works out. Oh, boy.
So I'm wondering, somebody run out of fuel? Perhaps.
Well, this is Daryl Spear down here, stopping on the track.
He's out of fuel.
Could be out of fuel. Not sure. I mean, it looks like he's trying to crawl back, Jason. But I think when Leal came around on that low line to pit, that's what triggered the caution, because he came in the vicinity of this 32, and I think it was enough to trigger it.
Yeah, you danged if you do, danged if you don't. Do you stop?
Never. Never stop on the track.
Nope, you never stop.
And if something like this happens, it happens, but you certainly don't stop. Find it hard to believe you ran out of gas, but I guess that's likely what happened, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, the last lap of fuel here, if you're trying to make it on fuel, it's tricky because it fades away so fast. You think you got enough, and then you end up not having enough.
Well, didn't we used to talk about the old 0.4 gallons?
Yes, we did.
You almost have to run out of gas at the finish line not to make it back, and you probably knew at that point.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake for sure, but probably an easy one to do. I don't know why he would burn so much more fuel than others, but that happens. We race with guys all the time. When I'm asking them, what, you got a hole in your gas tank?
Yeah, I think he was disconnected from the pack a little bit, so he might have been using more fuel. But
yes.
Now I know one time it caught me here. I thought I had enough fuel one time to get all the way back around. Well, I didn't, because some people pitted in front of me and I wasn't expecting them to. And by the time I got back around, I'd run out just coming through 3.
So it looks like Fleming got the lucky dog here in 11th. So we're going to have Jason Jackson, Claus Williams, Thompson, Kane, Olson, Brad Collins, Hunt, Baris, Fred Thompson, Ian Spear, all a lap down. I mean, Daryl on pit road right now. What a change of events here. So we literally have 11 cars racing for it, and the other guys are going to be racing for that lucky dog. I mean, Barron, this is crazy.
It's absolutely a great track for this kind of thing, Dean. Like, pit strategy matters, and, because the racing is so close, if you pit off sequence, you are rolling the dice for the rest of your evening. And we see some guys that were caught rolling the dice. They got snake eyes, didn't they, Jason?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
This is something that, we talk about a lot, because we're getting massive wave rounds. So this is good news for a lot of guys. It looks like Jason Jackson, Willie. So all these guys going to get wave rounds here. I wasn't really sure they were going to get these, but they will. So they'll be on the lead lap. The problem, their tires are a little worn, so they're going to be hoping for another caution here sooner than later.
I'll be honest, they're probably sighing sighs of relief right now. They're on the lead lap, and now they're praying to the race gods, give me another caution.
I mean, I've been in that situation, and there's one guy who won't pit, and you rotten Fraskin.
Yeah.
Hold you all a lap down, but not tonight. They get their lap back.
Well, this is
Just
kind of
call him
huge
your
for them.
ex-wife's
Go ahead, Jace.
Yeah, just call him your ex-wife's name.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
you're
this
cutting
is,
in and out, Baron. I'm sure there's some gold in there, but we're not catching it.
It's just call him your ex-wife's name. That's when you get real mad at him.
Ah, gotcha.
You, Louisa.
I got a few of them, Baron. Which name do I use?
And the one you hate the most.
It's pretty equal, I gotta tell you. Nonetheless, pace car off the track. Sheffield finds himself in the lead. How about that? It'll be Brantley on the outside. Whiting and Whitford in row 2. Here we go. Everybody nicely spread out after that initial start. Nobody's tempting fate again. How about Eric Whiting up into 4th here? He's down underneath. That is Whitford on the high side. Ripka slides into line. Whiting left out here with Tom Ashley and George Leal behind him.
Good to have George back in the field.
Really good.
Yeah, absolutely. The 51, known for some of his dominating races. He's back out here, and he is in the thick of this thing, no doubt about it. Now Sheffield is on the bottom. Remember, he started in first here. Brantley trying to take it away, and if he can, he could put Sheffield in trouble of getting freight trained here. Torgerson slides up high. Lester gets in line and then gets out of line. How about Whiting going on the top side of Torgerson and pushing him to the middle?
Isn't this a great track for high side passes?
Yeah, it's one of the best in my opinion.
I still love the low line. I want to get out there so bad and run that low line and prove it can work, but it doesn't look like it's working.
Tell me about it. Yeah, tell me. I want to be out there too.
Yeah, poor Jason involved in a lap 2 wreck, quietly driving around the high side as he was bullied into the wall there a little bit. Or bulldogged into the wall.
Bulldog.
No, I mean, probably not Adam's fault. I'm not trying to slight Adam. I don't think that had anything to do with him, but unfortunate circumstances there.
Yeah, they got
They had
jammed up.
Adam stuff in the wall, Jason?
No, yeah. They all checked up in front of him, and it was accordion effect, and
Okay.
he bounced off the outside wall and came down and just took out my tail light.
Oh,
Hit me right
bummer.
up into the
That's
wall.
hard.
He was just trying to
I was
pat
hoping to
that
like give him
rear
shit
end.
next time I talk to him about it.
Ripka stuck in the middle here. Thompson low, Whiting high. Wow! Kennedy making weird moves. Whitford slings it to the bottom. How about that move?
We'll see what happens down here at the other end.
Torgerson
kinda liking
almost
where,
pinballed.
Jason Brantley's got himself up there in clean air. How about that?
Yeah, Brantley, your race leader right now, should be more focused on that. What a job he's been doing, putting that East Coast web printers machine out front. Here comes Lester. Lester looking for the lead on the bottom.
Driving a beautiful car there, Dean. Beautiful car.
Well, I tell you to drink just for saying that, but you're driving.
I'm driving.
So
I think it just means it's illegal.
Tom Lester doing things on the bottom, trying to prove that it can be done. Great corner there. Does he have room to slide up? I don't think so. Brantley will still hold the outside. There is room now. Lester doesn't want it, or yes, he does. Sheffield says, I'll take the bottom. He heads down there. And behind him, they fan out again. Look at that beautiful picture, Jason. I love looking at it. 3, 4 wide, different lines around the track.
Yeah, everybody's getting after it. Business has picked up.
Yeah, it's crazy back here. You see Rick Thompson in the middle. He's got Kennedy on the high side. Leal comes down to the bottom of the track. He's trying to work underneath it. Collins. Right now, Collins stuck in the middle. Fleming right there as well. These are some of the cars that were leading early on. Lester still working on the lead. He will lead that lap. Or will he? I don't know. Brantley might have overtook him there. sparks
Nice
flying all through the air. Oh, my goodness.
Look at George Lill down
Oh,
on the
and
bottom.
Lester loose from the lead. And looks like Sheffield has to sling it below the line. Can he get back up on the track? Dangerous maneuver. Torgerson to the lead all of a sudden. Brantley
We're
shuffled
4
out.
wide.
4 wide, 5 wide behind him. Holy cow. What racing we're seeing here at Michigan. Brantley hops on the bumper of Torgerson. On the bottom, you got Lester glued to the bumper of Sheffield. Sheffield shot to the lead. Torgerson will fall in line behind Sheffield. Kennedy still doing his thing, rocking the middle.
Brandon Sheffield is a magician.
Man,
He
that
just
was
knows
something.
how to set it up right. He knows how to get to the front. He just does it so well every time, every track.
Speaking of the lead, 3 wide for the lead. Brantley high. Sheffield, the white in the Oreo cookie, he fades. Torgerson on the bottom comes in front of him. Sheffield trying to battle back from the middle, but it's Brantley back out front.
Only finding his way to the front, using friends. That's awesome.
Oh, and Torgerson fading. What has happened to Torgerson? Something happened there, and he had to check up or something, and he fades back to 8th now. And now Brantley on the high side looked like he got a piece of the wall. That checks him up. Whitford gives him a little shot. Lester and Kennedy surge on the bottom. Here Torgerson coming back. The ebbs and flows are getting crazy here. Ooh, Brantley wobbling in the middle. Almost became a pinball there.
The runs these guys are getting are just crazy. Well, that's what Michigan normally does. You get these hard, fast runs. Sometimes you can do something with it. Sometimes you can't.
Kennedy with a great corner, takes a couple of spots, could have slipped in line, doesn't. That opens it up for Ripka and Whitford, and they excel past them.
And that's what makes Michigan so much fun, Jason.
Absolutely. We're having fun here. We're watching some hard racing.
There's no choice. It's pack racing. You've got to make moves because if you check up, you're going back 10 spots. Kennedy in the middle again. He does a nice job of navigating that middle. It's dangerous, but he's making it work, Jason.
He's making it work. I'm actually amazed at how he's able to run his car that hard and not burn it up. He's doing what you need to be doing. That's
Brantley drives it the exit hard, comes right into Whitford after Whitford had just hit Ripka on entrance the corner before. So you talk about driving hard. My goodness.
Oh,
Torgerson with a wobble, and Whitford loose on the high side. Williams to his rear has to back out a little bit. Kane on the bottom surging forward. Whitford on the high side got help from Claus Williams. They're coming through. We're 3x3 here. Holy smokes.
the thing that's happening here, Dean, you can see it. The front 4 are walking away.
Indeed they are, and Lester trying to break the draft. How about Tom Lester in this Jack Daniels machine? Not only leading, he's walking away a little bit. The 78. I mean, my goodness, Tom Lester doing things tonight.
Was he the lucky dog before, or was that somebody else?
I think it was Fleming back in 11th. Another
Okay.
black car. But Lester had his issues here and there, but he's been fast all night. Now he's got clean air. We talked about that, Jason.
Yeah, he's exactly where he needs to be. Clean air. He's got a gap on second, big gap on third and fourth. And we got a mess mid-pack.
Yeah, let's get back to the mess. I mean, my goodness, are they racing? Leal now in the middle. Does they come almost 4 wide with Thompson looking on the bottom? Behind him, Collins looking for room. Jackson's there. Torgerson has fell outside of the top 10.
That's a crazy loss by Torgerson. He was just battling for the lead.
Yeah, the ebbs and flows, boy. It's like being on the highway in a busy city. You pick the wrong lane, you're going to the back.
I'm leading the pack out here on I-90 West, by the way.
That boy. Go get him, Baron. Don't let
Nice
anybody honk at you.
Use your
In my
hand signal.
Tahoe.
Oh, no, not in a Tahoe. I'm getting
I'm in a
flashbacks
Tahoe,
to another
rental.
Tahoe
It's a beautiful
incident.
Tahoe.
If we see that on
It's
CNN,
green
we
with
got
brown
issues.
Interior. That's gorgeous. Green with brown interior.
You don't
I
have
am
gloves on,
styling
do you?
and profiling. Huh?
You don't have gloves on that barely fit, do you?
I don't, but I did disinfect before I got my hands on the wheel.
Yeah, I might be thinking of a Bronco instead of a Tahoe, but nonetheless, a little reference to the
Welcome to Avis
Simpson
Rent-A-Car.
incident. So we got a good one here. Lester out front with Sheffield in second. How about Kennedy? He is doing a nice job in the 17, and like we said, we thought he was overdriving a bit. Ripka's joined this group, so we got a 4-car breakaway here.
Big runs.
And then back here, it's still every man for themselves as Olsen gets stuck in the middle here. Williams on the low side, Fleming up high. Everybody holding their own. Tom Ashley up there as well, trying to make moves. George Leal in this group. Torgerson, Kane also.
Now,
So
to me, it looks like, to me, this mid pack here, it's going to be hard to tell them, but to me, I would be trying to form that line and surge back to the front because they're quite a ways back now, noticeably.
yeah, I'd form the line with you, Jason, as long as I can lead it.
That's the problem.
Isn't
Everybody
it, though?
wants to lead it.
You want to be
Yeah.
you want to be the 10th guy in line? I mean, you have to accept that, right? At some point. And you're absolutely right, though. I was thinking more about the front, Jason. These guys should remain lined up. I'd like to see them try to get closer together, a little better drafting, but it is what it is at this point. Good car is going to pull away. It looks like Lester and Sheffield are really making headway here. Kennedy is holding on. Ripka trying to stay up there while running the bottom. So these four are doing a great job, no doubt about it. They've opened up a 2.5 second gap back to Whitford in this group.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I'm not sure what strategies the four of them are on. But man, Lester is quick. He's got that clean, fresh air, and he's just really fast tonight. When I thought he might have been burning his stuff up, but obviously not.
Well, this is time. I mean, we're down to 15 to go here, believe it or not, Jason. We start thinking
Already.
about Lester searching for this win. It would be his first win. This would be huge for him. We've seen it recently. He was in a similar situation, but not often. What's he got to do here tonight? He's got the likes. He's got Sheffield, one of the best, all over him. And then he's got Kennedy, who's right there as well. He's got to be pumped to searching for a win. And Ripka, what does Lester got to do here to hold these guys off?
Well, in my opinion, he's going to have to protect his line. Everything's going to have to be perfect because you see right now, Sheffield gets them big runs, and in my opinion, he might be holding back a little bit. But if Tom Lester keeps running his line and shoving that dirty air back there to where they can't make the moves, then Tom just might be able to pull one.
Oh, caution on the track! And it's Fleming.
Oh, Fleming.
So Fleming down there and George Leal also down towards the inside wall. Let's get a look at it. Here we go. Fleming He is up in the front of this pack. Oh, and Brantley slams the wall in front of him, gets him loose. Leal gets into Fleming, and around they go. Those two have to... Leal locks him up. No real damage from him, but Fleming will have some damage. And we'll re-rack him, so it's going to get nutty now, folks.
Oh, yeah, the nice guys are out the window right now.
Yeah, you want to save your tires? Welcome to 30th place.
Yeah,
Good
you
point.
can't hold back now.
And Fleming there lost the front end, so that's more than that car can handle, I believe. We'll see. Everybody's sure to come in. Right now, we have 18 cars on the lead lap. Fleming on pit road. You've got Ian Spear, possibly done or hurt. Fred Thompson, Daryl Spear, the Toad Man, Kraus, Adam Newton, and yours truly in the booth. Not yours truly, but Jason Spear, the one and only in the booth here tonight.
Yeah, it's a good trade, I guess.
It is for us. We'll make that trade every week, Jason.
I'm just glad to be up here with Baron. Shoot, too bad I couldn't pour you a drink, my friend.
Oh, dude, I haven't got to the hotel yet, but believe me, there will be a drink.
Do you see where his mind went when he thought of you? The hotel room. He wants to get you in that room, Jason.
Oh, Lord. That's a whole conversation for another day.
How much
Well, the party
drinking
don't
is it going to
start
take?
until everybody gets home, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody getting into their stalls, not
So-
seeing any problems yet.
What do you think, Dean? 4 tires, or can you get away with 2 here?
I don't think in this machine on this track you can get away with 2. Someone could try it. I don't think it's a winning move. We're going to see here. It looks like Whitford is going to try it. So Whitford with 2. Here you go, Jason. You want to know? We'll find out.
I love track position. Yeah, I love track position here. The draft neutralizes the tires in some ways, don't you think, Dean?
I'm going to go with no. I mean,
Okay.
there's probably a yes, but I mean, let's... if we look back, the last pit stop was, what, 26 laps ago or something? Let me see if I can find something to bring that up here.
Especially on Whitford.
So we'll bring it up here. So Whitford pitted, what, on lap 50, it looks like. I can barely see. It's very tiny for me. But it looks like on lap 50. Yeah, indeed it is. So lap 50, that's a long, long time for him to be out here on these.
I guess it depends on how he treated his tires. I didn't see him doing anything real crazy. But I don't know. If he's got a clean car, no damage, didn't run his car real hard, I guess we'll find out.
Well, I'm going to put my money down and say he's absolutely cooked with a 2 tire stop.
No. I was specifically talking about 2 tires versus 4.
I mean, he did come in. He did get 2, so we'll see. We've seen stranger things this season. I mean, we've seen, I think it was Rogers maybe, who took 2 after a full run. Okay, 40, 50 laps at a track, a full run, he took 2 and held on to second place. So it can be done. I don't know if this is the track or the time, and we won't know until we find out. So Whitford going to have the point. He's got clean air. Will it be enough, Jason?
We'll all find out right here, but I really like where Lester's at. He's got some help behind him to push him. Getting that clean air, I think, is going to be key here. And I think he can do it if these 2 tires don't hold up. But we'll see.
He's got Sheffield trapped behind Whitford, perhaps. So we'll see. It's all going to be on this restart. Lester has got to match the inside lane, something I'm very bad at starting second. I don't wish it on anybody. I hope Lester can do a good job up there.
Yeah, turn 1 and 2 is about to be busy.
Boy, oh boy, is it. And don't, we're going to have 3 and 4 wide, folks. It's going to get crazy. Stay tuned. Pace car off. Here we go. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing.
Green.
Green drops. Good start on the inside. Lester a little slow. That's what I was worried about. Sheffield takes second away. Ripka might take third as well. And they're going to fight. Lester and Ripka go door to door there, almost banging. That outside lane getting wound up. Ripka could not come clear. I think Lester back in decent shape now. Ripka fading. Whitford holding on out front with those 2 tires. And look at that. Great corner. So, hey, once again, I'm wrong. Shocker.
2 fingers and a thumb.
He said, shocker.
Whitford doing great things, but I think there you go. You see Lester surging. Sheffield lifted on the outside. I think he's going to regret it if Lester can get to the lead. Lester pushing the issue. He's got to have a perfect corner here. Otherwise, Sheffield's going to capitalize on that high side. You see Sheffield trying to back out early. Kennedy down the middle, putting the pressure on Sheffield. Is there room? Kennedy, just not quite enough room to get there. Whitford's still holding on.
Lester's got to clear him through 1 and 2 here, in my opinion.
He does. He's got to get to the lead. He surges here in the middle of the corner. He is clear. He slides up to 78. Back out front. Now Whitford takes to the bottom. This could be a mistake for Whitford. I don't know if those tires will hold up on the bottom. Kennedy with a big move to the bottom. Kennedy looking for the lead. He surges past Whitford. Can he get clear? He will. He'll slide right up, and we're wrecking Torgerson and others in a big, massive pile-up. Kane wrecked. It's Olsen involved. And we are under caution. I was going to say we're still green for a minute. My goodness.
They're all in the yard like it's a field day at school.
Let's get a look at this one. Rachel Hunt here. We look ahead, 3 wide, 4 wide. There's 4 wide up at the front and a little contact around. Oh, boy. Carnage. A lot of good cars getting torn up. Rachel drives through the grass, waving at them all. Perhaps not with a full set of fingers.
I'm not exactly sure, Dean, where that started at.
Well, it started up front. We'll take another look at it here, Jason. If you want to look, and we'll pause it right here. We'll go up around Torgerson, okay? So on the high line, it's Sheffield, and Torgerson is where this thing starts. We'll go quarter speed. Well, get a little closer here. We'll go quarter speed from here. And you can see they're 3 wide. And watch that Sheffield car and Torgerson car. I think Sheffield might catch the wall here. He gets a little yaw out here, has to bring the car down, and there's contact in the middle there as well into Torgerson. I'm not sure who that is there with Brantley. That could be Ripka, who kind of got a little piece of Torgerson. And you can see, look at Tom Ashley get through there. Did he make it all the way through that thing?
No.
I think he
did.
did.
Get spun.
He absolutely
He
did.
did. Look at Tom. Tom made his way through that. Look at it.
We're going to go on board here because this
him.
is going to be something here. And we're going to go full speed here. Watch this. Wrecking. And it just parted for him. What a thing of beauty and luck from Tom Ashley. So while all that went on, the 17, Michael Kennedy takes the lead. Holy cow, the newcomer out front. Lester will be in second. Whitford and Brantley in row 2. Ripka and Jackson right there. Some cars on pit road, but I don't think they really got any kind of shot at it. Torgerson coming off right now. He'll come out in 17th position. Crazy ending to this one, and thankfully we got enough laps. We'll get another restart here, but this will be the last one, folks. You can pretty much guarantee that. So you better get what you can get, and that's another issue with it, Jason. There's no holding back now. If you thought it was crazy before, it's going to get worse.
No, you can't hold back now. Whitford's got what he's got. I like where Lester's at right now. I like where Kennedy is too. Wow. All we can do is just reach down and pull them belts tight, even in the booth.
Absolutely.
About to get really crazy, and we've got what, 4 to go at the line?
I think I pulled them a little too tight there, Jason.
Oh yeah. You got to watch
gotta
out
pee.
for that.
All right, this is going to be entertaining. I don't know who I like and who I don't like here. I just know there's going to be 3 and 4 wide, and I'm here for it.
Well, for the record, I like you, Dean, and I like you too, Jason. So that's who I like.
Baron, you're just looking for the hotel room to be filled. I know that.
So exhausted.
You must have had a long drive for that hotel.
I flew. Can't get there from here. I was in Springfield, Missouri. Find that on a map.
Is that where the Simpsons
Now I'm in
live?
Chicago, Illinois.
Man, is that where the Simpsons are in Springfield?
I think you're right, Dean. Honestly, I never even put 2 and 2 together. I was just stuck there for 4 hours texting.
Okay.
Wow.
Pace
I love
car
my
coming
life.
off.
Weird
Here
stuff.
we go. Kennedy looking for his first win. Lester looking for his first win. Whitford and Brantley searching for one. And we're green. Brantley's slow to get up to everybody. I don't know what he was waiting for there, but he's left a big opening on the high side and left Lester out there without help. Whitford now surging on the bottom. Remember, Whitford on 2 tires. Kennedy, your leader, taking off. We're on 4 to go. Poor start from a lot of cars back there. They've almost taken themselves out of this thing. Whitford slips to the high side. Ripka trying to take it away down on the bottom. Kennedy surging. Leo, and they're wrecking. It's going to be over. Collins. This race is going to be over. Michael Kennedy is going to be victorious. How about that? Michael Kennedy gets up here and grabs a win in only maybe his 5th start across all leagues. Unbelievable. The UPS machine will go to victory lane.
Well, I wasn't expecting it to end like that, but everybody's going for it. That's all I can say. And you can kind of expect that here.
Well,
Damn, I love a first-time winner.
Let's go and we'll just see if we can figure out exactly what happened while they pace around. I don't think this is it. This is not it. Let's go and see here. Maybe we got it. So here's Ashley down in the middle. He's going to get a good run. Oh, and Collins come up just a hair there. And around they go. Rachel involved. Torgerson back here trying to hang in there. He will.
Yeah, that's a product of not, I don't know. It's hard. It's easy to say anything up here in the booth. You got to know what's around you. I just hate that Tom Ashley, he worked hard to get to the front to end up on the hook.
Listen, at this point in the race, when you're talking about giving all you can for these positions, you're talking about inches here, and you cannot bobble. Guys are bobbling a little bit. That's what happens. We'll leave that one aside because this is all about Kennedy and his victory. And quite frankly, Lester back in 5th, a little unfortunate for him, but a great race nonetheless. Everybody, you know, I hate singling guys out, but Lester, we haven't seen in victory lane, and Kennedy, a newcomer. Heck, we just got his name right tonight. So good job by the UPS driver.
Well, you know, Kennedy done what he needed to do. At one point, you know, we kind of thought maybe he might be running it a little bit too hard, but it's hard to know exactly what he was doing. Obviously, it was good.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot of speed and he got where he needed to be at the right time.
I mean, he didn't cause any wrecks, Jason. I mean, I thought he was overdriving a little bit, especially on entrance early on. But like you said, some drivers do that on purpose. These cars, depending on what tire you're burning out, you might want to try and equalize. You might want to drive it in a little deeper, try a little different line here. Maybe that's what was going on. Baron, another thriller here at Michigan, another thriller in this series. I suppose you're not surprised by that.
Not at all. And what a great race it is. Michigan's an amazing track for this kind of series. And these drivers really put on a show tonight. I'm so sorry I just joined us late. But, God, it's so good to be a part of this series. And I really enjoyed it tonight. And thank you, Jason, for covering up an old man's travel issues.
Well, you know, some of us young guys do what we got to do.
Yeah, okay, young fella. Kennedy out there, Baron back to his sexy voice self here in the booth. And as we parade around the final lap, will Michael Kennedy win? I think he's going to win it, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got this one locked up.
Just pretend this is slow motion. Look at him, 3 wide.
I'm really, is that Lance in third, right?
Lance Ripka will get 3rd place here tonight, yes.
And Jason Brantley, our series sponsor, holding his own right there in 5th.
Yeah, Brantley had a great night out here. I'm sure he wasn't done yet. He had something for him at the end, not meant to be, but the East Coast Web Printers machine will finish in 4th. And, you know, we talk about our sponsors quite a bit, Jason. They're huge.
Oh, they're huge. We couldn't do it without them. Everybody knows that. It's just, and JB's a good guy. He's got a good company, and they back us well. And we're just really pleased to have a good group of sponsors like we do.
The other guy we didn't talk enough about maybe is Whitford with the 2-tire stop. Basically the reason he's finishing in 2nd, so ended up being a great call by him. But the night belongs to Michael Kennedy. What a drive! He'll cross the line and be victorious.
That's awesome. Awesome drive by Kennedy. He really did a good job getting his way to the front, picking and the right times to come through.
All right, everybody going around. Lester up here giving him a little congratulations. And it's a great job by the Jack Daniels machine. Baron able to drink again, I think, at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm all in now, and I'm actually in the hotel room finally.
Oh, that's quick.
Well, I had quick pass. I was in the elevator when we were talking.
Nothing he won't do for Wind Tunnel TV, folks. You gotta love him. Baron Labosco, Jason Spear up here. We love having him up here, and so thankful you came in tonight. Sorry under the circumstances you did join us. But let's have a look at Kennedy here, who loves logistics apparently. We'll see this.
What can Brown do for you?
Yeah, I don't want to answer that question again. I answered that question last night, and it probably was inappropriate.
What was his name, Dean?
I don't know where that's going, and I'm leaving it alone. The 17 out here doing traditional burnouts. A happy day for Michael Kennedy. What a job he did. Let's go to commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get some race interviews in. right, a little look there at the Acura GT3 car. I mean, looks nice, doesn't it, Jason?
Oh yeah, looks really nice. Looks fast, fun.
It certainly does. What a race we had tonight. Thrilling stuff at Michigan, at least for us up in the booth. There'll probably be some ticked off drivers down on pit road, but that's bound to happen when you put a pack race together. Uh, final thoughts here, Baron. I mean, you didn't get to see a lot, but you love Michigan, don't you?
I do love Michigan. I love the pack racing aspect, and it's not exactly a plate track, and it's not exactly a flat track. This really does require some precision, and these guys delivered tonight. They were all over each other, and like you said, Dean, sometimes little paint gets traded, and that's just racing, isn't it?
It is, and that's something you just got to accept when you're riding four wide around a track. You're gonna swap a little paint. We bring in someone who may have swapped a little paint tonight. I'm pretty sure it happened to everybody out there at one point or another. But that's the 52 of Lance Ripka, finishing third here tonight. Congratulations, Lance.
Thanks, Dean. There's a lot of luck there. Yeah, I might have come up the racetrack a little bit on Troy and caused one, but um, when you're going through a race and you're getting raced pretty hard by everybody, and doors close on you, and cars end up dive bombing on the inside, and you're going to end up four wide eventually. And I personally didn't know we were four wide there. My apologies to Troy and Brandon and whoever else was involved in that, but I guess that is what it is.
Well, it is, Lance, just to be honest. I mean, you put this car on this track, this is the product that it is, right? It's pack racing with multi groove, so it's going to happen eventually. And like we always say, if you do have a caution or two and re rack them late in the race, it's every man for himself out there. So stuff happens. You have to survive. You did survive. Tell us a little bit about your drive here tonight, Lance.
That was pretty chaotic coming up through the field. I mean, it was really tight. A lot of people not really giving any, which they shouldn't. I mean, obviously the race is to finish in front of people. So, I mean, with this track, like you said, it's pack racing, it's tight. Opportunities to pass will come and go really fast. Um, but once we got separated there on that second stint, or after that first stop, I thought we were going to be good and gold with the top four there. I was just riding behind them, just kind of buying my time, and either hoping for a mistake or the car's in front of me. But then the caution comes out, got us all back together, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah, you top four really had something there. Of course, Lester leading that group. I'm sure didn't need to see that caution either, but it does come out. I want to know what you're thinking, Lance, when you do re-rack them. Are you got the rosary out? You doing some praying? What's going through the mind?
All of the above. You're hoping for some luck. Just to kind of go your way. Because I mean, that's what it really takes at this track. And this car combination. Um, when you can go full throttle through a corner, um, there's really not a whole lot of room for skill, if you ask me. It's just a lot of luck.
It is. I mean, there's of course there's some skill of it, but I think Barron might have been dealing with some more skill issues trying to get around the highway because it's much like that, Lance. If you're in the wrong lane, you're not moving, are you?
Yeah, and when you try to change the lane because that lane isn't moving, then that bottom line stopped moving. Then you get stuck down there, and then you finally get to the top side, and that one's moving, and then all of a sudden it stops moving. So yeah, it was just kind of a cat and mouse game to find, and every once in a while you get to pick a car off and make a pass, but yeah, it's just tough. It's not an easy track to pass on. You need that top side really, and if you get out of that, you're going to go backwards a little bit unless somebody makes a mistake up top, hits the wall or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad race. I'm a little disappointed in the third. I felt like I was better than that, but uh, Tom was really good too. A lot of good cars out there that were fighting for the win.
Yeah, you've probably got 20 plus cars that wish to be in your spot, Lance, so don't take it too hard. Third place, a great finish. We'll go to the Rock next week to finish off this series, and I can't wait to see what you'll do there. But congrats on this third place, and we'll turn it over to you, my friend.
All right, of course, I'm going to thank you guys for putting on a hell of a broadcast week in and week out. Yeah, if you Ripka Designs, Alive Church, Kailu Glass, and of course the East Coast Web Printers for sponsoring us and helping us out, stay on the broadcast. And last but not least, all the men and women in the service. I appreciate you all do. Hold on, we'll get through this this lockdown. We'll make it through the end.
All right, that's third place finisher Lance Buckshot Ripka. Baron, we'll give it to you and Jason here. We'll start with you. We got second place down there. Maybe we'll start with Jason. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I am standing here beside Derek. Good job. Congratulations on your second place finish there, Derek. It was looked like it was the battling was just constant. You never knew what was going to happen from corner to corner, but it looked like some people might have been from the booth looked like they might have been burning their stuff up, but then we thought, well, maybe they're not. Maybe they're taking the corner well. It looked like that was what you were doing. Can you tell us more about how you got to second?
Yeah, first of all, you standing next to me, you're a lot shorter than I thought you were. You seem taller, but no, I'm just kidding. Uh, so yeah, it was more about just trying to save some tire, hoping that they were burning their stuff up. That was the thought. I thought they probably were, but that high line. Once you get those tires worn, the high line's where you want to be. It's just next to impossible to pass without help down below, and it was kind of a slingshot situation there.
It looked like the runs were incredible. It also looked like, especially through 3 and 4, people were carrying a lot of speed through 3 and 4. The high lines looked like where you needed to be, but then all of a sudden you get these 2 wide, sometimes 3 wide below the the car next to the wall. It just looked like those lanes ran out, whether it was from tire strategy or maybe people had their stuff worn a little bit. Is that kind of what was happening out there?
Yeah, like I said, once you got some laps under, usually I think it was about 10 laps or so, then it made it really hard to make that move on the inside. And so if I was just able to keep the pace on the outside, I could prevent most people from getting by. Like I said, if they had some help, if they got shoved into the corner, then they could slingshot in front of me and just drift up there, and I would just let them in because I just wanted to stay in line and saving fuel in the beginning. Well, we got that early caution right out of the gate, but still we wanted to save some fuel because we were right on the cusp of making just a one stopper after that. So that was part
Yeah.
of it too.
Jason, if I could
I
interject here, I just want to ask
Sure.
Derek in case you not remember. 2 tire stop there, Derek. How'd that work out for you, and why did you do it?
Just thought it would be worth a shot. The tires weren't too bad. The left side tires didn't wear all that bad. I still had plenty of grip over there. I was afraid of the first full speed entry going into turn three there. I was afraid that I'd sling it around, but it actually worked out pretty well. So it wasn't bad at all. I thought it was going to be a good move. I don't know if I got passed because of the 2 tires, or if it was just because they were working together, and it was easier to pass on the inside the first few laps of a run. So.
Baron, you got
Derek, I
something?
love the call. Yeah, I love the call, Derek. I love the 2 tire call, and I thought that you did a great job in holding them off. The draft was kind of an equalizer there, so strategy worked out for you, or you think this was just pure skill and determination?
No, I think strategy played a part in all of it for sure. And I thought I could make it work with the 2 tires. I didn't think it was going to be detrimental to me at all. And I just wish we had more laps to run green there.
Well, you did what you needed to do, Derek. You kept yourself clean for the most part, what we could see in the booth, and you drove your car to a second place finish. So congratulations on that. I'm gonna give you the mic. You thank you whoever you need to thank and your sponsors, and Mike's yours.
Yeah, I want to thank title sponsor on the car, Ed Kane CPA. CPA or accounting needs are around the corner here. A few months. Give them a look at ekanecpa.com. Thank the sponsor of the league of this series, East Coast Web Printing, and then Alive Church for everything that they do for us as well. And again, thank you guys in the booth. Thank all the guys that run this league. It's fun. I can't get out here more often, but I enjoy it when I'm here.
All right, that is second place. The number 44, Derek Whitford, made a great move there on pit road, but one car he could not beat. The 17, Michael Kennedy, down in victory lane. How about that, Michael?
How about it, man? I can't believe this. This is unreal.
Ain't it, though?
I just can't believe it. Excited, though. This was a fun race.
Man, it was, and it looked like you were having all kinds of fun out there, Michael. You were a lot of 3 wide. You were down the middle quite often, down on the low, slinging it high. I mean, this is what it took tonight. You had to be able to run all the grooves, didn't you?
Yeah, I would say the preferred groove was definitely the higher line. It provided a lot more momentum, so I stuck to the bottom the most as I could, and then I think I chose the top on one of those right before we went to yellow. I think that helped me able to get to third, and I was able to take the lead from there.
Yeah, I mean, so big. I mean, what were you thinking, like, mid-race? You know, we've seen you go up challenge almost for the lead and then fall back to, say, 10th or something, then come back. I mean, that's kind of the ebbs and flows for not just you, but many drivers. It was really a matter of which lane's moving, and if you check up, you're going backwards, aren't you?
That's more the package of the car, though, with the low downforce or the low horsepower, high downforce package. It lends to that kind of racing. You really have to be in the right line at the right time to make a move happen.
So, Michael, you know, you're fairly new to the league. You get out here, you got to be, I'm assuming you're thinking, hey, let's just get some races under our belt here, end of the season. But opportunity knocks. You can't just sit back and let it slide, can you?
The Gen 6 car, I don't really get to race during the week a whole lot. I work at nights, but this week I'm off, so I decided to jump in here and take advantage of it. So I really like the Gen 6 car. It lends to my style of driving, but couldn't be more happy. I want to thank the guys for letting me in the league. It's probably some of the best racing I've ever seen in a league. It's very respectable, professional, very, very, very great racing from these guys.
Absolutely, and you'd be a nice addition here, Mario. We were talking a little bit about your driving early on. It looked like you were charging the corners and maybe getting stuck in the middle or on the exit there early on. Was any of that the truth, and was any of it on purpose because of the way the car was built for this track?
Well, from my experience on iRacing, it tends to, with this package, if you can work that bottom and create a pass and then have enough momentum to slide up in front of somebody, that is how you make a pass, because everybody's guarding the top so much and so hard that unless you just really get on driving in on the outside of somebody, you're not going to get around them. So when the tires do wear off and you can actually work that bottom and you can save your tire a little bit and actually complete the pass on the exit. And I think that was kind of what happened to me. Luckily, I was in the right spot at the right time tonight with that working out for me.
Well, you certainly were. What a run. Congrats on the victory, man. I couldn't be happier for you, especially with me at least getting your name half right tonight. So we're really happy to see you in victory lane. We'll turn the mic over to you, man. Any sponsors, any friends or family you want to shout out, please do.
Friends watching out here tonight. They used to work with me, but they're old and retired now. Jim Little Bear Pope and Joey the Big Show Sprickland. So I want to thank them for watching. I know they're probably giving me the side eye calling them old, but appreciate them tuning in and just appreciate everybody. Appreciate the race tonight.
All right, Baron, that is race winner Michael Kennedy. Sorry.
Yeah, happy to have him in victory lane. I love a first time winner, and I'm glad he brought some eyes to the sport here at Wind Tunnel
Well,
TV.
how about those names
Great,
of those
great
eyes, too?
effort.
How about those
Do what?
nicknames, Baron?
Oh yeah. Well,
Little
I'm sure
Big
that's going to
Pope
be something
and
they'll discuss tomorrow at work
Yeah,
over
that'll
there.
be a topic tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. That'll be discussed. Yep.
Sir,
Absolutely.
kind of cut you off there, Baron, on your train of thought, but thrilling race, Jason. Wish you were in it, brother. I know you had a bad luck here tonight, but always fun to have you in the booth. I think you enjoyed this one up here, didn't you?
Well, yeah, it's different in the car. For some of our fans that's watching, it's easy for us to think or even call what they might be doing, and it may be totally opposite in the car with the guy. So sitting up here watching some of these hard runs and watching people really get into it, it's just a lot of fun being up here in the booth. I hate my night ended soon, way soon, but I'd rather go out at lap two than two to go. So I'll take it. But yeah, it's just it's really cool to sit up here and watch these guys and talk about them a little bit. And on a lighter note, maybe a little heavier note, we talk about our sponsors in here all the time. We got some of the best, but one of our sponsors, Mike Brown, he is with the Live Church, one of our first sponsors, maybe our second sponsor. He's a huge part of keeping this league on TV through Wind Tunnel TV. He's going through some illness. He's in the hospital having some, I believe if somebody said a triple bypass. So
Oh no.
we want Mike
Quadruple,
Brown,
Jason.
quadruple, something like that. Any of it's pretty bad. We want him to know that we're thinking about him, and we hope that he gets better. Hopefully, the surgeries and everything went well, and just that we're thinking about him, praying for him, and hopefully he makes a full recovery and gets back home, and perhaps get back on the track with us. We miss you, Mike, and wish you well, and look forward to talking to you soon.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
so glad you brought that up, Jason. Mike Brown. You can't do it without him, man. We're praying for
No,
you and your family, and I know there's a lot of praying going on, and I will certainly make a special prayer just for him tonight. And Baron,
he's huge for us. A live church does a lot of stuff for us. So we couldn't be more grateful to have the church and Mike Brown to be our Sunday night title sponsor. So we're very appreciative of that.
absolutely, Baron. Any last words here?
Well, I mean, it looks like Jason, kind of put a period on the end of the sentence there. We had a great event and we've got a great league, and it's truly a team effort from the booth to the track to the sponsors, to the fans, and all of us and all the wives and girlfriends that support these drivers day in and day out. And when of ours goes down like this, racing is a community. And Jason, you said it great. We hope for a speedy recovery. We hope for a 100% recovery, and my goodness, we'll be paying attention to that as the weeks unfold.
All right. Well, we will just ask everybody out there to say a prayer for Mike, and he's a big part of this community. We talk a lot about community. No more is it shown than times like this, and I'm sure this community will rally to that family and to Mike, and certainly hope it works out. Great race here tonight. Michael Kennedy in Victory Lane, a thrilling affair at Michigan. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Jason Spear, filling in for the second time this week. How much do we love Jason? And Baron Labosco, the anchor of this whole thing. So thanks to them. And for all of us, that's going to wrap it up here from Michigan. And we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.